Beep, beep, gallop, gallop, splash, splash, boo. Do you know why this common and all these sounds? These are sounds of transportation in past, present, and future. Beep, beep, the sound of electronic crisp beeping, which is birthday and later will present. Next, gallop, gallop, a sound of horses pulling wagons or carriages, which is part that Ellie will explain. Lastly, splash, splash, boo, a sound of swimming motorcycle, which is part that I will present. Some may be confusing that how it works, but it will help you know more about transportation. For the past, I have two technologies. First is walking. Since walking was popular like cars, the shoes were made. If you walk in bare feet, your feet will hurt. It will be dangerous. But the other problem is that you can get tired and die. So, horses with wagons were made. Horses are very fast, some are fast like cars. So, you can go fast. You can go on trips fastly. And the problem is that you can't go on long trips. You can never go to Japan all the way to America. You can't cross rivers, oceans, or any other water. Now, Lydia is going to talk about the present.
Now I'm going to talk about the present. If we think about the present, we can think about cars. And now we have two types of cars. First is the one like the normal cars. Yes, we have to charge oil that makes air pollution. But this topic, electric car, it doesn't make air pollution because we have to charge batteries instead of oil. Now I'm going to tell you about the electric car's problem and the solution. First, the problem is the electric cars have a scale that can make us a little bit dangerous. It is a scale that it drives by themselves. That means we don't have to drive by ourselves. The car drives for us. But that is dangerous because if it can't see the traffic, it can have a big car accident. And the problem solution is we don't have a solution. We have to wait for science to develop. So we have to make scientists more developed. Now, Alayna is going to talk about the future.
The future technology transportation is swimming motorcycle that moves above water. First, we need to keep our balance before we ride. If we don't, we could sink, but strong natural come out to get you. Practice before you ride, and this is very fast, so it helps you go to the academy so it goes faster. If there's no traffic, it will go faster, and we need some water for the engine. If you want to start to go, we need to push the pedals as fast as you could, and it will start moving. If you push the handle to left, it's more fast, and if you pull the handle to right, it's slow. If you pull, it's left, and if you push, it's right. But sometimes you need to go to the ground, so if you stop pedaling like this, it will go to the nearest ground if you're here. The problem that it solves is that there is no pollution because there is engine for the water and there is no oil. Lydia said some normal cars have pollution, but swimming motorcycle doesn't. Next, Ellie will present conclusion. You should be thankful we have cars, subways, and more other transportation. Do you think it was hard in the past? Do you think it will be easy in the future? We never know. For the past, the most important thing was that we use horses and wagons. The problem is that we can get tired and die. For the present, the most important thing was that we use electric cars. The problem is that it takes a lot of space, traffic, and picture, the most important thing was that we use swimming motorcycles. The problem itself are that it doesn't take up a lot of space, it doesn't do a lot of pollution, and also the traffic isn't so busy. But the problem is that it can have a